and Senate colleagues, and guests up in the gallery and guests on the floor. Thank you so much for all being here to commemorate with me the 100th anniversary of the American Legion. Today on the floor at the podium, I have Steve Strigo, who is our state commander for the state of Michigan, and I have Jim Wallace in the red hat, who is our national vice commander of the American Legion, who also happens to come from the great state of Michigan. In front of us, we have Tim Poxon, who is our legislative chairman for the American Legion, Ray Moore, one of the national executive committee men. Brian Molman is a post commander at the American Legion. Mark Sutton, who many of you know, is the PR director for the American Legion. We have Marilyn Britton, who is a Legionnaire extraordinaire. Dick Chapman, a past commander, a past department commander for the American Legion, as well as Brett Holt, a past department commander, and Jeff Haysecker, who is also a district commander for the American Legion. The American Legion has been a staunch advocate for veterans and their families since 1919, shortly after World War I, and began its journey when Colonel Fred M. Alger was appointed the chairman of the Michigan Temporary Committee of the New York meeting, which met under the leadership of Theodore Roosevelt Jr. The American Legion was founded on 4 pillars: the pillars of care for the veteran, strong national defense, Americanism, and children and youth. The American Legion Department of Michigan has fulfilled the Legion's mission since 1919 through programs such as Boys State, Scouting, the American Legion Hospital, American Legion's Children's Homes, the American Legion Riders, baseball, accredited veteran services officers, and many other activities throughout the decades. The American Legion and the Department of Michigan provides opportunities for high school students to apply for scholarships for college. They have 3 different scholarships. One is the William D. Brewer Scholarship, one is the Guy M. Wilson Scholarship, and also the Samsung Boys and Girls State Scholarships. These are available only to Michigan residents who have prior descendants who have served in the military. The American Legion has always had a strong desire to give back to our communities and to our fellow veterans. Michigan is home to 5 Veteran Administration medical facilities and several community-based outreach centers, 2 Veteran Administration national cemeteries, and 2 state veteran homes. The American Legion has supported and actively participated with the Department of Veterans Affairs Voluntary Services Program since it began in 1946. Today, nearly 7,000 volunteers serve 900,000 hours of service annually at various VA medical centers. The American Legion has played a leading role in initiatives and breakthroughs that have affected the lives of Americans in every community, from the American Flag Code to the GI Bill. The American Legion is celebrating its centennial anniversary, 100 years, on March 15th, tomorrow, 2018, and we hereby do thank the American Legion Department of Michigan and the veterans it serves for 100 years of dedicated service, commitment to all military veterans. I would like to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the American Legion and honor all 56,567 members who live in this state of Michigan, as well as the 2 million members of the throughout the United States, and present this resolution on behalf of the Michigan State Senate. I think I give it to both of you, sir. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much.
Out here. Would you like to say something?
Our National Vice Commander.
If you would, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. On behalf of our National Commander, Brett Reistad, I appreciate this dedicated memorial for the American Legion for the 100 years that we've had. And also thank you to the Michigan Senate for processing this great certificate. Appreciate it. Thank you.
On behalf of the Department of Michigan, I would like to thank the Senate for this proclamation. It was going to hang in a prominent place in department headquarters. And one thing about the American Legion, you can go to the military, you can pledge to give your life to defend the Constitution and the citizens of this great country. But it does prove one thing, that a small kid from a small town of Holly, Michigan, can actually work their way to the top and help mightily in that process. Thank you.